Why? Why is your mic not working?
I don't. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. I don't know, because I think OBS did an update or something. And it jacked up. Well, I don't even think it was OBS. I think it was just my computer in general. It fucked my Discord too. Whatever. It's working. We made it another. How's your been? I feel like this
Long.
week's been better though than last week.
I guess you could say that.
My week's been better. My week last week.
Your week was like migraines every other day.
Yeah. I stayed in bed all day Sunday. Like I was only awake and out of bed for like 5 hours. That's it. And then yesterday was like the migraine hangover day. Ugh. But I still worked.
Which, is awesome on a Monday.
Oh, it's the best. Would recommend. But then we got a big snowstorm. So I kind
Blech.
of wonder if that had something to do. Maybe not everything, but I do think like barometric pressure plays a part. At least sometimes.
I mean, it made me wake up with like a stuffy nose and I was miserable.
Yeah. I woke up and was. Mm. So I saw a thing and it was talking about how you have grandmas. You have the one grandma that was like sent from heaven, angel herself, does everything, bakes, makes the best food, gives the best love, has hard candies in her purse all the time. Just like a genuinely good Mother Teresa kind of person. And then you have the other grandma that's Satan herself. I was like, holy shit.
I thought we were just special.
I did too. No, apparently this is just how God intended it. Balance in all things.
Then you gotta feel bad for the people that just have two shit grandmas.
But then you're kind of jealous of the people that have two amazing grandmas.
I never met those people.
I don't know that
So
I've met
I
anybody that's had two amazing grandmas.
therefore I can't be jealous.
I will say though that like our angel grandma was not the best cook. Like she could cook okay,
She could bake.
but she did not season shit. Let's be real.
That's why I said she could bake.
Yeah, like pepper was spicy. Yikes.
She made scrambled eggs in the microwave.
Yeah, not good. But she could bake. So as long as you
Mm,
like cinnamon rolls for breakfast, good.
homemade donuts.
Yeah. Like that stuff's all great. Anything that requires seasoning? Nah. Mm.
Sugar counts as a season.
Sure. Sure it does.
She seasoned with that. We're all gonna be diabetic.
God. I hope not. I would die. I wouldn't even die if I couldn't have sugar. I would be sad. I do like sugar.
It's the carbs.
It is the carbs. Like, as soon as it's like, you cannot have bread, I'd be like, fucking kill me now. Take me home, Jesus. I'm out. I like my bread.
Just don't tell anyone because the loved ones in your life will be like, no, we'll stop you from eating it.
I mean, that's probably for the best, but I would hate my life. I would go into a bread depression. I wouldn't want to hang out with
I'd be
anybody because
like,
if they had bread, I would just want to slap it out of their hands.
we can only have parties on my cheat days.
Yeah.
And other than that, you must stay away from me.
Yeah. Also, I'm probably gonna go into, what is it, acetosis on my cheat days. Jesus Christ, why is your insulin level so crazy? I don't know. Mystery. What'd you have
Yeah.
for lunch? Garlic bread with a side of baguette. I just like
I had
it.
a bagel sandwich of a bagel.
It was delicious. And I feel like, well, I don't even know if gluten-free would even fix that, would it? Because it's not the
No.
gluten that's the issue. It's just that it's a complex carb.
Yeah, you just have to like lessen how many carbs you have. I think if you buy the right bread, you can have like a slice of bread.
That's just. Are you in a
'Cause
bread depression?
Because our aunt,
It's
who's
only a game.
diabetic, she has to
Why
do
you
that.
have to be mad?
And she specifically sought out the bread that she could have like 2 slices of bread from.
I would just rather die than not eat bread ever again. Seems a little
I'm with
excessive,
you.
but
Bread,
don't eat.
pasta.
Yeah, pasta would be rough too.
You and I will die together on
Perfect.
our carb hill.
I'll be our suicide. We get diabetes. We'll just go out in the woods and just bread.
Chips. I can't eat them now, but if I'm dying anyways,
I'm going out.
I think they'd kill me faster. Let's be real.
Again, the sugar part would be sad, but get over that. Yeah, no more juice boxes. I look too happy. Well, I don't have a migraine today, so happy day.
And you're wiggly like a ferret.
Yeah, wanted to be like a ferret today. I, however, do not want to go in pants. That is off the table. That costs X.
See how fun you are?
The most fun.
Well, I can't say I wanted you anywhere near my pants, so we're good.
I appreciate that. I'll give it.
I like to joke about incest, not actually involve it.
Only funny till it's a reality.
Exactly.
And no longer funny. Then it's just weird.
Then it's a restraining order.
How was everybody else's Tuesday? Almost halfway through. The bad part, I feel like Monday and Tuesday for me is always the worst. By Wednesday, I've just given up hope of it being a good week.
I mean, I can't complain. I just played video games all morning.
That is true. Like an adult.
I brushed my dog's teeth. It was gross.
I don't like that job.
She doesn't like it either.
Blame her?
Kinda. She gets treats afterwards.
I don't know that that's good enough.
I don't get treats after I brush my teeth.
Saw a thing that said men should stop owning female dogs because it gives off clear indication that you want to subconsciously control your women. No girl dogs. Only have dogs. That's it.
Does that mean you're gonna take my dog?
Yeah.
I think she'd be very sad.
We can trade.
No.
You can have mine.
Yours is not good for my household. Mine would be sad because she's used to, ruling over here.
Touché.
Dictating what we eat.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen here.
And when we eat.
That would not happen here. I laid down and took a nap and then
I
was like,
don't own her. It's like cats. They own us. We just get to live in the house.
Oh, and cats are a consent animal. Like, cats require consent to touch them. Dogs are whores.
I mean, I do agree with that, other than my cat is just like, pet me all the time. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm cool with it.
That cat's weird, though.
She is. She's broken. I don't even know who to blame for that one.
I was ready to go to the ranch store and pick up chickens today. Not out yet. Yeah, they're not out yet.
How does your household feel about you buying more chickens?
They're not about it. But they're so cute when they're babies.
You're just gonna be like, I have to run an errand for work. Peace.
Come back with 6 chickens. I don't know, it just happened.
My boss said she needs these to be raised in our house.
It's an extracurricular project. I may or may not get a raise.
And then when they ask you about it in like a year, you'll be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I would have to write a post-it note about it.
It'll be on your screen. No one will notice.
Don't forget you lied about the chickens. I just have notebooks everywhere about all the white lies that I tell. That way when people are like, oh yeah, remember what you said? I'm like, oh, what month was that?
Hold on, I need to go get the notebook with your name on it. Don't question why I have this.
Keep all your dirty secrets on there. But don't worry, your birthday's in there too, so I don't forget that.
You just need to worry when it turns into a binder.
Or an electronic database.
No, because then nobody will know about it.
Touche. Do you have a death plan for your online friends? Like, I feel like we're just in an age where online friends are definitely a thing. Or acquaintances, even. But, like, if you were to die tomorrow, like, none of your online friends would know, right?
I leave
Unless,
that to you.
well,
Good luck.
I already told you that that's your job. I'd like to think that Katie would get, like, in the Discord server and be like, yes, mom died.
Nope.
She might not. I don't know. Better put that in my will.
Oh, that's a cute sticker.
Corgi with a knife.
I like it. I feel like it's, right at home for me.
Have you seen the unentitled Goose game, Goose? That you
Yes.
can get for your house? It has a magnet in its beak?
Yes, I think I have.
It has a magnet so it can hold your keys or your kitchen knife or anything else you want to put in it. Put random shit in there all the time. Keep things exciting. Can't find something? Probably in the goose's mouth. Also, geese are literal Satan.
They have teeth.
They're
That's
not
creepy.
nice. Like, if I walked out and a goose had my keys, I guess I just don't own keys anymore. Got ma chasing after that bitch.
I won't walk past them. They
I don't
freak me
love
out.
it.
PTSD from childhood.
Our parents are just sitting there laughing.
They probably were. Let's be real.
Traumatized and crying, and they're just laughing. We have a pretty decent sized river that runs through our town. And they have like a walking path that goes
Like
around it.
50 geese.
Just in one section. I think is covered in geese and ducks, small children. That's where I broke my wrist.
And parents like to give their children an entire loaf of bread and say, go feed the geese.
That's
And the
against the
geese
law now.
know.
Did you know that?
I think it has always been, just nobody listened.
Now it's enforceable. You can get a fine. The geese.
Well,
Because
good.
they weren't.
It made them aggressive.
Well, it's not even that. They weren't flying further south. Like, they just weren't migrating. They were like, we get food here. We're good. Live here now.
Can you blame them?
No.
That's why it became like illegal to feed bears in Yellowstone.
Okay, but imagine in the 70s, you're just driving down the side of the road and you're like, oh, there's a baby. Want to give it a pet? Let's get out and give it a pet.
People still do that. I don't have to imagine it.
Yeah, but bears were more commonplace in the 70s than they are now. The first bear has woken up, though. Started moving down off the mountain. That means now is not a good time to go hiking in Yellowstone. Unless you feel like you can revenant off a bear.
Did you know that there is a section in Yellowstone that is technically not owned by any government? So if you kill someone there, they can't actually charge you with a crime. It's no man's land.
I did actually know that.
It's
terrifying. It's not very big, though.
No, but it's terrifying.
What are you doing next week?
Not hiking. What are you doing?
I'm not fucking hiking either. There's still so much snow.
And now there's bears.
Not worth it. Which, that's like really early for bears to start waking up here.
I'm hoping that means we're to the like 6 more weeks of winter crap.
Yeah. Yesterday was so nice. It was like almost 40 degrees.
And then this morning we had to snow blow.
Yeah, 4.5 inches of snow. Hail.
And then it heated up to like 47 or something.
Mm-hmm. Like, just make up your mind. You can't even dress properly for that. Like, you wake up and you need
Blankets.
a coat, a hat, and gloves. And then by 10, you're warm. You take that stuff off. And then 11, it gets cold again.
Blankets.
That's what I do.
I have them in every room.
I do too. Like, I don't keep the heat hot in my house. Like, I think my heat is set at 66 degrees. Like, if you're cold, go put some clothes on.
Ours might be warmer than that. I think it's between like 68 and 70.
I like it cold.
I hate it.
Your electricity is a lot cheaper than mine, though.
Yes, it is.
Oddly enough, we live like less than 3 miles away from each other, and my electricity is like probably 1.5.
3 times
Yeah,
higher.
yeah.
Mine is regulated. Yours is not.
I'm living out in the Wild West out here. Like, I think my electric bill last month was like $400.
I don't even know what mine is because it's tied in with water, sewage, and garbage.
Yeah, I pay all that shit
And
extra.
it's like 220.
Yeah. No. They're like, you want garbage service for the month? That's $60. Fuck.
That's why I didn't want to live out there. We told the realtor no.
You had other reasons.
We had a bigger reason, but that wasn't our only reason. We did also say because we refused to be off of, city power.
Yeah, I regret that too. What do you mean I can't have fiber internet and my electricity is expensive?
That was our
Bullshit.
second request. We had to be somewhere where fast internet.
Oh, we did just get fiber lines though, like down the main road.
Fancy.
So obviously it's like a cost share situation now. There's like two people in the neighborhood that even know what fiber internet is. I'm like, well, I'm not spending 20 grand on internet, all right? As much as I want it, I just can't.
I've been on fiber for years now.
I know.
I only like to rub that in our mother's face.
I like to rub as much as I can.
We're super nice children like that.
I don't regret it.
Being an ass or
Yeah,
having her as a mom?
being an ass. I mean, she wasn't like the worst mother. Like, no, Brother Fox.
She was okay. She was neglectful but not abusive.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that's pretty accurate. She wasn't like I don't remember ever getting hit as a child. That was not a thing that happened in our house.
No, we
Well,
did.
from our parents.
We did. If we did something deathly, like tried to touch the stove or cross the street,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
yeah.
spanked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was other torturous things.
Like sitting facing each other, looking into each other's eyes.
Without making sounds, because then we had to
Yeah.
sit longer. And our dumbasses were like, let's try to make the other one laugh.
And like we both got punished at the same time.
Our parents were dicks.
I mean, it was effective.
We
Kind
also
of.
got grounded to each other's rooms because then we'd be terrified to touch each other's shit.
Yeah, and it would be boring. Because I wasn't, like, we just weren't into the same things. I'd be like, what am I going to do in here? Read books? I doubt it. No, thank
No,
you.
we just threw like old candy at each other through the weird space between our walls.
Our house sounds
Uh,
like a creep factory. It wasn't that weird. It just, some of the basement wasn't completely finished. So you could, like, go through the studs. Out.
it's still that way.
Yeah, it is.
30 years later. uh,
All right, you want to pick another
42.
answer
Yep.
to all of these questions?
And I'll probably regret it.
I hope. I hope you do. Oh, you might like this one. What invention doesn't get a lot of love, but has greatly improved the world?
Paper clips.
Oh, I was gonna go toilet paper.
Ooh. But would that fall under paper? Like
Maybe.
just straight up paper?
It could, I
And I'm pretty
suppose.
certain toilet paper gets a lot of love.
Maybe, but I don't think it's like. I don't think you appreciate it as much as you would if you didn't have it.
Pantyhose when your car breaks down.
Oh, touche. That's a good one.
Uh, I don't know
Ooh,
a lot of
tape.
inventions that people don't praise in some way.
Well, I think you do in some way, but I don't like some definitely don't like electricity, right? Everyone's like, hell yeah.
Now, but not originally.
Yeah, it was like witchcraft at that point. I think tape. Tape. When was tape invented?
I have no idea. And
You
I
don't
don't know
just know
why,
these dates?
but
1845.
that just reminds me of what is that show where those two stupid ladies go to their high school reunion and lie about inventing post-it notes?
Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yes.
I love that show.
That's all your tape comment reminded me of.
I'm not saying I invented tape. I'm just saying I appreciate it. 1845.
It's pretty impressive.
It was a surgeon that applied a rubber adhesive to a strip of fabric. So basically invented surgical tape. Oh my gosh. Let's just talk about medical tape real quick. So, kids in theater, they have these microphone head packs, right? Like the pack goes in their pocket and then it's just like an earpiece with the microphone.
Okay.
She comes home. She was like, yeah, so we use mic tape because the microphones like don't stick to your face, right? Because a lot of these kids are, well, they're kids, so like their faces aren't adult size, so the microphones don't sit where they need to. So they just tape these microphones under their face. And I was like, what even is mic tape? And she's like, I don't know, it's just tape that we use to tape the mics to our faces. And I was like, well, then she brought me a piece home. It's just medical tape. Like, this is not mic tape. Like, I thought it was some special kind of tape. No, no, it isn't. Okay. All
I mean,
right.
I would have assumed it was just medical tape.
Well, I was just confused because they're referring to it as mic tape. I'm like, I don't even know what the that is.
That or isn't there like cosmetic tape for like makeup?
Yeah.
that people use to like lift their cheeks and shit.
Yeah. Or eyelids? Like, wouldn't that make more sense?
Yes.
Like, that's kind of what I assumed was mic tape. Mm-mm. No, no.
My
Like,
spouse is allergic to medical tape, so that's fun.
that would
That's
be.
why we have to buy vet tape all the time. We did too. And we had to ask the person where to find it, and he was like, "What are you talking about?"
Go to the ranch store.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
It's
big
also on
trout.
the dog aisle.
Well,
And
it's
then it's
cheaper
half
in the
rolls.
trough.
Yeah, but we needed short rolls. It was actually for our dog at the time.
What's the worst thing you've ever eaten out of politeness?
So many things. Like 2 days ago, I ate that stupid coconut cupcake I've been bitching about all week.
I don't eat things out of politeness at all. Like, I don't even pretend.
Well, I like coconut and I like cupcakes, and it was really good flavor, but he had like, you know how coconut you can get in like the thick strips?
Yeah, versus like shredded
Yeah, that's
or
what this
crushed,
was. See,
grated.
I feel like you should have like crushed, like they had for almond joys.
Yeah, like the fine stuff.
Yeah, that's not what this was. So every bite you had like a crunch.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
there should not be chewy substance in cupcakes.
Like,
Like,
I
blah.
love the flavor of coconut cream pie. I hate the texture of coconut cream pie.
That's what I'm saying. That was horrible.
It's not good. Like, texturally, yeah, not good. We talked about we were talking about food textures earlier and about how yogurt. Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't like coconut either. Coconut's hit or miss for me. Like again, I love well, I shouldn't say I love the flavor of coconut. It depends on what's in because the new Coke is coconut flavored Coke.
It's
It's
weird.
interesting. It's not like bad, but it's not great. It's not I wouldn't
I wouldn't buy it again.
yeah. Like I'm glad I tried it, but good on that. Like I don't think I've missed one of the new Coke releases.
I miss the Dr. Pepper.
Oh, I'm sorry I failed you.
You did.
Sorry. We
We
like
can
to
blame your we can blame your daughter. She drank it instead of letting me have it.
we buy weird soda flavors when we find them to try, and we always buy two, one for each other. And Katie drank the other one, but it was dark berry Dr. Pepper. It came out with the new Jurassic Park movie a year or two ago.
No one wanted to try the fruitcake Mountain Dew.
I did try it. It's not my favorite, but I do prefer that over gingerbread. Gingerbread Mountain Dew is not good at all. This year's
Oh, the
Voodoo Mountain
spicy
Dew,
Mountain Dew was weird.
it was weird, but it wasn't bad. They had Flaming Hot Mountain Dew. That was like their collab with Cheetos. It was, I didn't hate it, but I don't like lime. And that soda was like pure lime. Yeah, the Hot Mountain Dew wasn't bad. I just, again, I'm not a lime fan. So I was kind of out of that one. This year's Voodoo Mountain Dew, though, was grape, right? This year's was?
No. No, no, no. That's a different thing. What one was this year's Voodoo was pink lemonade.
Oh, that's right. That one was.
What was the grape one?
I thought it was a Voodoo also, but wrong.
I don't remember. I remember buying it and drinking it and saying you should never try this, it's gross. Which is saying something when normally I'm like, this is totally gross and you should totally try it. That was like grape cough syrup. Oh, it was horrible.
Katie was like, you know what the worst flavor is? I was like, fake grape. Like, yeah, unless it's for something grape that she liked. Oh, the little fruity Tootsie Rolls. She was like, those grape ones aren't terrible. I was like, yeah, I would still rather have a different flavor. She was like, yeah, but you would still eat them. I'm like, touche. Lemon Starburst straight in the trash. I'm not eating those.
Huckleberry Skittles, though, those are to die for.
See, I'm not a big Huckleberry fan either.
I just like the Skittles.
Oh, but they came out with like, what were those one? It was a berry. I want to say mulberry, but that doesn't feel right.
I don't know, there's a lot of berries.
No, like UK Skittles
Yeah,
have a different like they have different flavors.
because they're
Like
lucky.
purple Skittles in the UK are different.
The Huckleberry.
I don't think it's huckleberry. Oh no,
It is.
black currant. Black
Black
currant.
currant is on Twin Snakes.
That's interesting. I would rather have that than grape. Grape Skittles are
No, and that's what we get.
not a fan. Definitely. All right, what's your next number?
12.
Oh. What's wrong but sounds right?
Moist.
I think that's the other way around. It's right, but it sounds wrong. Ooh, do you ever
Depends
have
on who
like
you ask.
you ever have a situation though where you're like typing a word or something and you're like, that does not look right. And it's the most simple word ever. Like you know it's spelt right, but it just doesn't look right.
Yes.
That happens to me.
My phone likes to autocorrect love to lick, so it likes to tell people all the time that I like to lick them.
I approve of it.
It's
My
just
phone
awkward.
auto-corrected think to thunk the other day. I was like, well,
So
that's
you
kind
thunk
of
things?
weird. That's the thing, though, is like, I don't say that word on a regular enough basis that my phone should be auto-correcting to that. Like, it's just not in my vocabulary.
I mean, I don't typically text lick to people, and yet that's somehow like default for my phone. It's like you don't love people. That's weird.
But licking, that's fine. That's alright. Phone, you're drunk as shit. I don't like it.
My phone is drunk as shit all the time. That's what I'm going with. It's totally not me fat fingering everything.
Not possible, not possible. If an epic feast was held in your honor, what's on the table?
Pizza and tacos.
Oh, yeah. I'm about that. With juice boxes. Can I just tell you how many times I ate tacos last week? Like,
I only think I had tacos on Friday.
I'm pretty sure I had yeah, like 18 times. Like every meal, I was like, what sounds good? Ooh, tacos. Tacos sound good. I had a lot of tacos last week.
We had
Oh,
crap tons
God.
of tacos the week before.
Like, tacos just sounded good. And then took Katie out to lunch, and it's like, where do you want to go? Like, we can go to the diner. That doesn't really sound good. But Katie's been on a horchata kick lately. Like, ooh, let's go to the fancy Mexican restaurant because they have the best. so we went
The
there.
strawberry?
Oh, no, I just
You
like,
should take her to go get strawberry
I
horchata.
should go do that. I'm not a big strawberry fan, so that's a thing.
It's so tasty.
But you can tell the difference of like people
Real
that,
horchata
yeah, yeah.
and not real.
I was like, shit, I've had tacos 4 times already this week. 5.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Epic Feast, I think tacos for sure. Pizza, yeah. Like, I feel like
Toast.
those are my go-tos when like, what sounds good? I can't think of anything. Get pizza. Toast would be good. I like cereal, but I'm the kind of person that likes cereal right after I buy milk, and then I'm good until next month.
Also, I wouldn't want that as a feast.
Yeah. Ooh.
I am not our
Breakfast
mother.
in general, like
You're good with
hash
breakfast.
browns. Yeah, like hash browns, definitely on the table.
Omelets.
Like omelets. They're done right. You gotta mix the shit out of those eggs.
I was explaining to our aunt how you remember how grandpa used to make us awful waffles and we thought they were delicious, and then grandma Weston made us awful waffles and we were like, what is this foul shit you're feeding us?
Yes.
So I was explaining that to Tori and she's like, awful waffles are gross. I can't believe you ever liked them, and my father's never made them. I'm like, he made them for us all the time.
Yeah, up camping.
Apparently not real ones.
No, not at all. For those of you that don't know, awful waffles are literally waffles made out of expired food. So, like, when your milk starts to curdle, that's when you use it and use it to make waffles. And it kind
And
of
you use like
simulates buttermilk, but it's
and you
not the
and
same.
you use like the gritty part of like bacon
Mm-hmm. The
that you don't
fatty
want.
parts, yeah. Like, literally, you just put all your awful food in a waffle. That's what an awful waffle is. It's
But
like
when
a
we got
big
them
thing.
growing up, my
It,
grandpa would put real bacon in and real hash browns and just make
mm-hmm.
normal waffles. So it's just breakfast in a waffle.
Yeah, those were
So when
good.
my grandma was like, "Hey, what do you want for breakfast?" I'm like, "Awful waffles," and she made them, and I wanted to throw up.
This woman had like a habit of keeping expired food though. Like she would keep apple juice until it fermented. I'm like, what is this even doing here? Do not understand. I don't know if she like made hooch on the side or
Not well.
I don't know.
Oh my god. Do you remember when our cousin drank?
Muscle milk.
Yes, that was expired.
So,
It
it's
had
kind of,
chunks in it. Oh god, it was
first off,
foul.
that side of the family cooks very German. So it's already a different flavor profile. And some stuff that you think is going to be really great is not really great. Like deviled eggs. I feel like most people like deviled eggs until you've had German deviled eggs. And then you're like, I don't know.
You mean vinegar eggs?
Yeah, vinegar eggs. It just tastes like
With
straight
onion.
vinegar.
They do like to overpower the onion.
Mm-hmm. So I don't trust anything out there. Now more so. But like growing up, like, do you
I
want
don't
a
know.
drink? And I'm like, if it's not a canned soda, I'm good.
Or come out of the well.
Yeah. Yeah, well water's okay. Not my favorite, but it's alright. I don't feel like I'm gonna die after drinking.
No?
I've never had Giardia.
That you know of.
Touche. What's your next number?
127.
What animal would be the most terrifying if it could?
I feel like the answer is like any like person's pet. I don't want to know what goes on in people's homes.
Depending on the pet too, would depend on the enthusiasm of delivery.
Could you imagine like one of those dumbass pugs where like they can't keep their tongue inside their mouth? One of them trying to talk. I just feel like it would be like one of those like really dumb muscle guys you see. Like the
Oh, like a chat.
stereotypical dumb guy that's like herder herder.
A himbo, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's what it would be like.
I wouldn't like it if spiders could talk. I would fucking hate that.
Mufasa.
Also did talk. I think spiders would be terrifying. Because I think a lot of times they would talk to you and you wouldn't see them, and I wouldn't like that.
It's like midnight, you go to use the bathroom and they're like, "Hey Kiwi, nice shorts you got on."
Yeah, I would not fucking like that at all. Like if I made eye contact with it one time and I got a name, that would be less weird.
I ate 18 flies this week.
Good on you, Brad. See you later. Like that would be okay. I wouldn't like it. No. No, no. Hey, watch where you're rolling your chair. Excuse me, get the fuck out of my office. Mm-mm.
Head lice. That'd be pretty
Oh,
terrifying.
that would be gross.
You're welcome.
I don't even know what to do with that information. Also, are you the only one that can hear it, or can everyone hear it? Like you're standing in line at the grocery store just being quiet, and then there's just like a chorus of head lice talking. That would not be okay.
No, put the shampoo back. That one smells bad.
I thought you liked us. Yeah, no, I would not appreciate that.
They're screaming about you being a murderer as you're standing in line.
We've got children. Okay, that one might be spiders. I'll give you that one. Oh, that would be
tapeworms. The tapeworms would be pretty horrific too.
Tapeworms would be okay though, I think, because they would be muffled enough that that would be okay. Somebody's like, "What was that noise?" You're like, "Oh, I'm just hungry. That was my stomach. I gotta go."
I have messed up ringtones. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. I still think head lice would be worse. Bugs in general would just not be okay.
Any type of parasite that's like on the human body. Nope. I'm out.
Or like just flying bugs in general. Like, do you think they just fly by and go wee? That's what I assume happens. You would only get a section of the conversation as they were flying by. I still think it's worse.
You asked a question. Do you regret the answer now?
Nope. No regrets. What is your and then it got worse story?
I have no idea.
Alright, here's mine. We grew up on a farm. Okay. And there was not a lot of adult supervision on the farm. So we got up to a lot of shady shit. Like shooting windows out with BB guns and
blaming the neighbor kid.
Yeah. All the times. Like we did dumb shit. But do you remember we had full access to a four-wheeler? Again, no adult supervision. And they were like, just don't take it out of second gear. You can't tell kids that because they don't fucking. Do you remember trying to jump the canal?
No. The only four-wheeler incident I remember was being chased up onto that stupid hill that had the like wasp nest in the middle.
Shit, I forgot about
And
that.
I was wearing Django pants, so like the whole fucking nest went up my pant leg. And then I had to like sit in mud.
I do remember that.
And I hyperextended my knee trying to run down that goddamn hill.
Maybe it was just
Stupid
me that
neighbor
was the
kids.
dumbass.
Shoot dang!
Yeah.
Shoot dang!
Yeah.
Shoot dang! Did you see that? Oh boy,
This is
dump
like
truck on that one. Shoot
the
dang!
real Kira's here now. I don't know about that. We grew up in a very redneck situation. But I remember trying to jump that canal on the four-wheeler. It did not go well at all because there was a barbed wire fence. Okay, this is on the backside towards the field. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, try to jump that. Flipped the barbed wire fence, slammed the four-wheeler into the other side of the canal. And that already was a bad situation. Then, because the four-wheeler landed upside, like, so the top, like the front of the four-wheeler was up in the air, it flooded out. And then I couldn't get it started. And then I knew I would have to go tell grandma that I broke the four-wheeler. And she was going to ask me why or what happened. And I was going to have to explain to her that I thought it was a great idea to jump the canal.
Ooh, I know. The time we went plowing with Grandpa?
Oh, where we almost died?
Yeah. Where we're like, oh, it was just a normal plowing day. We plowed around the circle, we plowed the driveway, we plowed out in the field because we could. And then Grandpa's like, we didn't push the snow far enough. Let's push the snow off of the road. We're like, okay, and went straight into the ditch.
Dude, those ditches were scary.
Or at least that one we could blame on him. We weren't driving.
Well, and that was the big one, too.
I think I got a bloody nose because I whacked my face into his back.
I was thinking more the bridge situation where we climbed under this footbridge and we built this like snow den. It was super cool.
It was amazing.
We
It
had
had
like
chairs.
yeah, we had like snacks in there and stuff. But then like the county snowplow came by and plowed us into the bridge, and now I feel like I handle situations really well. Like emergency situations, my
You
brain.
did not then.
No, not at all. But now I'm like business mode. Then I am like hyperventilating and freaking out that we are gonna die under this bridge that we've been in for 3 minutes. Like, it wasn't a big deal. I was convinced we were gonna die.
I mean, in fairness, I got to be the hero that dug us out, and I got to slap you, and I was told, good job.
I was convinced that was gonna be it. That was going to be death. Here we are. Now we're
It's
planning to
okay.
die by bread.
Your little brother saved your life
I'm
that day
glad.
so we
I'm
could die
glad.
from diabetes on
Yeah.
Bread Hill.
Priorities. I'm gonna be mad if I don't get a die on Bread Hill.
I'll make you a coffin out of bread. Like, I'll just
Thank
bake
you.
you a giant loaf and we can put your ashes in it and then
And
bury
don't
that.
tell. Oh, I was gonna say, don't tell anybody.
I mean, I could cook you into some bread and feed you to people. Would you rather I did that?
How would you feel if you found out you ate somebody's ashes?
Depends.
On
Did I
who it
like
is?
take No.
Oh.
Like, did I take a bite of bread and I'm like, this seems oddly grainy and weird? Or did I take a like bite of bread and I'm like, this is super dry and gross, and they're like, oh yeah, that was grandpa.
No, not someone's ass. Someone's ashes. Like they died, you cremated them. Booty eaters are like a Wednesday activity, not a Tuesday activity. Like, if somebody died and you cremated them and then you baked them into a pie and fed them to your friends and family, like, how would you feel if you found out that you ate that?
I mean, in fairness, in order to be turned into ashes, you're sanitized. It's fine.
That is very true. However, I would feel more comfortable eating a stranger than somebody that I knew.
So you're good with Sweeney Todd meat pies.
Yeah. But do I want my grandma inside my mouth? No, I don't.
Gross.
You're welcome. That's just how my head thinks about it. I can't. Yeah, you don't want your grandma in your mouth either. Exactly, because that would be weird. No. But if it was just Kyle down the street, I'd be like, well, I guess. Happy Tuesday,
I'll
Yuki.
exercise too much. There wasn't enough fat to flavor it.
I don't know if any of y'all have ashes of a loved one, but they're not like finely milled, okay? There are
No.
bone pieces in there.
You have to
It's
sift them.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd experience. Also kind of fitting that we're talking about that this week.
What you mean?
Our
Not
dad's
in the meatloaf.
You don't let me do anything fun.
You can put it in the first like heel of the loaf, and we'll feed that to mom. No, Brandon.
That'd be awkward. Shit.
Initiation.
And then we'll bring up this question to gauge response.
And be like, okay, what I got from this is we're not talking to you about the meatloaf then.
Dad's been dead for 6 years, and Friday is his birthday, and so we always get together and eat dinner or lunch, depending on the day. So you're saying I can't cook Dad into the meatloaf?
No, I said you could into the bit we're gonna feed to Brandon, but not into my bit. I don't want to put Dad in my mouth.
Exactly.
We had this talk.
Exactly. I'm
But
now
it would
I'm
be
not gonna
kind of
trust
funny to
food for a
make
while.
comments. It would be funny to make comments to Brandon about it.
Brandon's my mom's new boyfriend. Would that be like traumatizing? Like if you just started dating a new person and they're like their kids are like, hey, yeah, so we baked Dad into the meatloaf, and he's what the fuck? You're like, oh yeah, that's just a yearly tradition we do. It just helps us stay close to Dad.
We have to get through these ashes somehow.
They're not gonna disappear on their own, and it's against the law to distribute them in the open. I'm already so much more excited for Friday's dinner now. Thank you.
Ooh, you could sift them out and say they're pepper.
Use it as powdered sugar.
Yeah.
I think I could do
With
that.
seasoning.
Seasoning? Why is it so spicy? But word would travel fast, and then nobody would want to come to my house for dinner ever.
It's a win-win.
It is a win. Ooh,
You'd never have to cook again.
it's true. Nobody would trust it again. Even if it was a joke. Like, I don't know. I can't say 100% certainty that you didn't.
I mean, I'm not allowed to serve sloppy joes because when I was, like 4, I dropped some on the floor and it got covered in cat hair and I fed it to our family.
No, it was a little. You were a little bit older, not much, because I was vegetarian at that point. And they're like, "Don't you want a sloppy Joe?" And I'm like, "You, no, I don't eat meat."
That's okay. They should have known something was up when that was like my favorite food growing up. And they're like, "You want some?" And I'm like, "No."
I'm good.
I know it's for my birthday, but no. I'll just eat the bun. It's fine. And then everyone else is like, "No, it's totally safe."
I knew better.
I feel like this is on our parents though, because you don't tell children, don't get in the freezer to get ice cream because if you do, you're dead. And then when I did and food fell on the floor, I was like,
I don't want to
well,
die.
I'm dead, so I better pick this shit up but just pretend like I didn't know.
Confidence is key in those situations.
Yeah, I don't think they found out till like 3 years later. They were just like, this is weird and hairy. What the fuck happened? And I'm like, I don't know.
Like, I can't relate yet, but you know, you get to a point as a human where you feel like you can talk to your parents about all the shady shit you did because you're not going to get in trouble for it anymore. Like, I'm cool with that. That's fine.
Like when we finally actually told them the real truth on how we broke the water pipes in the basement.
God. Yeah, like that. Or how did your giant planter on the patio get broken? Oh yeah, that's because I tried to run Fox over with a car. You did what now? Yeah. It's okay, it's water under the bridge at this point.
We're good friends. And we had like this fast story of no, it was the smallest dog in our household that did it. He was like 8 pounds.
They believed it. Or if okay, they might not have believed it, but they were like, I don't even want to know what the real reason is, so we're just gonna go with that.
I'm pretty certain it's the point that both you, I, and Grandpa were like, yep, it was a small dog. And they're like, well shit, we can't turn against them. Guess we have to just say it is.
You lived a very exciting childhood.
It's a miracle we had both lived.
It kind of is.
And that we had friends.
Okay, but those friends were not like chosen friends.
Yeah, they were our parents' friends' children.
Well, we had those, and then when we lived on the farm, there weren't a lot of kids, like people our age. That was not a thing. Like in our little section, there was a church, and then 8 houses.
Maybe.
And out of those 8 houses, 2 of them have had children. Oh my dog. We lived. Like, what do you do on a Saturday night? I'll tell you what we did. We broke into the church so that we could roller skate and play with the microphone on the in the chapel. That's what we did.
Are you saying that's not normal?
I don't know that normal people break into churches. I could be wrong.
We didn't steal anything.
We didn't. We did not steal anything. We didn't deface anything. There was no like.
I think the best part is us and our group of friends didn't even go to the church on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, no. No.
Like, last time we stepped foot in church, Grandma got in trouble for slapping you, and she didn't even actually slap you. You just fell asleep with your hand on your face.
I've been back to church as an adult. Just not like regularly. Honk. I'm not allowed church privileges for since that girl's
Okay.
talk about it later. Also the mission. Couple days.
They don't come to my house anymore.
They're not supposed
I just remember getting singles ward after I got married,
I remember that.
and they followed me from our parents' house to our house.
Bonk!
I'm like,
Boink!
dude, I've told you for the last 3 years I'm married. Leave me alone.
I have to steal that. What do you think is the most boring sport?
Golf.
Okay, but how would you make it more
No,
exciting?
baseball.
Oh, not the sunglasses. Oh god. Right.
Baseball.
You think baseball's
Baseball
more?
here. No, our baseball, like our team.
Oh, our farming team.
Uh,
Oh, a group. I have to be careful with these sunglasses because somehow. Hold on, we gotta go on a starlight ride. Okay, so my sunglasses are somehow pinned to my physical eyeball, so they get kind of weak. Kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I'm gonna figure out, but so if I like turn my eyes to one side, get weird. Like where these ones are like into do what I want. Our baseball team is really boring. I don't
Like,
know how. Well, I
you
know
make
how
it
you would
all the
make
way
it.
to like the final round and nobody scored anything.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Uh,
And if you don't drink, like, there's no point. Save your money. How would you make it more exciting?
use dogs. Ooh, dog fights. They can chase the players.
Oh,
Do
like,
you imagine like a pit bull,
I can now.
Cujo style, just chasing them?
I think most sports are boring to watch on TV versus being in the stands and having crowd
That's
input.
what. That's why I had to go with baseball because
Shoot
our
dang!
baseball
Shoot
team
dang!
was
Shoot
boring.
dang! Did you see that?
In
Oh boy,
person.
the dump truck on that one. Shoot dang!
We just got a hockey team. Oh, that looks pretty exciting. I mean, I've been to a
Hockey
ton
has
of
always
hockey
been
games,
pretty
okay?
fun to watch.
Like, hockey's kind of a big deal here, but
Didn't we have a cousin that played hockey?
yeah,
Yeah,
Canada. Somewhere in
because he
Canada.
knows what's up.
Yeah. Well, half of his family is from Canada, so that tracks.
I didn't say it was weird. I just said he knew what was up. If I had to choose between like here hockey and my Canadian family for hockey, I'd go Canadian too.
100%. With you there.
Sadly, we don't have that option.
Yet.
Oh yeah, you getting remarried to a Canadian?
Yeah. Bottom on
Oh.
there. You'd be surprised what you can buy on the
No, I don't think I would be.
Oh my gosh. Let's just talk about weird things on that. Actually, I don't know. Somebody like in Utah got arrested for child pornography. Which is already like abominable. But his child porn of choice was his church's prophet depicted as a child. What the hell?
He
Like, I
didn't
didn't even.
actually say his church.
That's
Just,
true.
the main church there in Utah.
That's true. It just seems really weird. Like, Joseph Smith has been dead for a long time. I didn't even know this was a thing, and then I had to remind myself the internet exists. Anything you want, you can find. Yeah, like
But
he
why?
died in 1840.
But why you would want that? I don't know.
The only thing I can think of is that he knew it was not okay, so he was like, let's just go ahead and put a little profit in there. Maybe that'll make it better. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. But if you could buy any animal on the internet to eat, what would you pick?
I have no idea.
I would
'Cause
want to eat
most
something exotic. Ooh, like a platypus.
But see, that's the thing. If it's like gator, then it's just chicken that tastes like it had sex in the ocean.
Douche. Gator is pretty.
And platypuses smell weird because they sweat milk. So would that affect the food?
I don't know. I've never thought about eating a platypus in great detail.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But I feel
I was
like
about to say penguin, but I'm like, nope, penguins smell really bad.
they do.
So does their meat taste like they smell? Like, no, I don't want that.
I want to say that like a giraffe would taste like a deer.
Or a zebra?
Would taste like a horse. Like a gamey horse. Maybe?
I think I'd be more down for like that.
Also, do you think all bears are created equally? Like, does a panda taste the same as a grizzly bear? Because I've had grizzly bear.
No. Because a panda is mostly fat because they don't
That's what
really
I'm
move.
saying.
So I think it would be like the difference between like duck and chicken. Like it's just like greasier.
Maybe. You
I
know
don't
there's
know.
like an elite group of people that just eat exotic animals. Like that definitely. There's no panda hate. That's not panda hate. I'm just asking if a panda would taste the same as a grizzly bear. Pandas are lazy. I don't hate that. Do you think like a polar bear and a grizzly bear taste the same? No.
That maybe.
No, they couldn't because like grizzly bears
But
eat
pandas would
elk
also
and
have
berries, right? And polar bears eat
eat
fish.
sills.
Yeah. So they would have to taste different. We like the pandas, they're just kind of lazy and dumb.
Hey, I didn't say dumb. I said they were lazy and didn't like to move a lot.
But when they
I
do
too am
move,
lazy and don't like to move a lot, so I feel like I would taste differently than like Ryan Reynolds that's got chiseled abs. I'm just saying.
these are questions that we need to ask Cannibal.
If people taste different.
They have to, right? Like, didn't somebody say that people with tattoos taste different? Like,
Because of
they
the
wouldn't,
ink.
yeah, so they wouldn't eat that had tattoos?
So I'm safe.
Yeah,
That's what I got from this. Okay.
that's what
And
I
I'm
really
not going to
wanted
be
to do on
sold as
Friday.
much because cannibals won't want my body.
Yeah.
So
Save yourselves, get tattoos today. Also, do like color tattoos taste different than black and white tattoos?
could you imagine going to the hospital for having an allergic reaction to like somebody's colored tattoo because you ate their arm? Because you can have like an allergic reaction mostly to colored tattoo ink.
Yeah.
Like, how would you explain that?
I mean, I guess you could kind of lie about it. But at that point, would you. Okay, first off, so many things that would have to go into this. One, have you eaten people before? Because if you'd never eaten people before, you couldn't rule out that it wasn't the people you were allergic to versus the tattoo. So you would have to be an experienced cannibal, right?
Touche.
So at that point, you know that you're just allergic to. I mean, I guess you wouldn't even know it was tattoo ink because it could be like lotion or something, is where my brain first went. And then my brain went, no, because you would wash your food before you ate it.
You're not wrong. It's just that phrasing.
So it would have, like, you would have to be able to correlate it to a tattoo, I would think. And at that point, you could just lie about it. Like, I don't know, I must be allergic to red dye 40. I ate some licorice.
Then they pump your stomach and, a whole arm comes out.
I
'Cause you
mean, are
can't
you
chew your
eating? I
food.
was just gonna say, you eating this like a gator? Like, what the fuck? You have to chew your. Or whatever the etiquette thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if there's an etiquette for eating people.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure that there is an etiquette book on this. Somewhere. Somewhere.
And
Someone.
does it change the flavor when you cook the tattoo versus just eat it raw, like sushi style?
Also, I wouldn't imagine that you're eating the skin. I mean, I guess you could eat chicken skin, but you don't eat
Yeah, but
cow skin. Like,
tattoos go into the muscle.
right, but like those cells and stuff would regenerate. So like your ink's not sitting in your muscle tissue all the time, right?
I mean, it might be. I don't know. I don't know the science of it. I just said put it here, and they put a tattoo on me.
Yeah, that's what I.
I never thought, what if someone wants to eat my arm, so I don't want it too deep?
Also, like, have you seen people that like this is their fantasy to live out, to eat someone or to be by someone? How do you go about the logistics of that? Because you would have to have a contract in place that you consented to this, right? So that Kyle doesn't get charged with murder and cannibalism. And it
I
would
have
have
no
to be in
idea.
a state that allows assisted suicide, I would think.
I mean, you don't even have to suicide. Like, if you're going to have your arm cut off for whatever reason, you could just donate your arm.
That is true. But I still think you would have to have a contract in. And also,
No,
you
I
would
agree with
have
that. I'm
to.
just saying it wouldn't need to be in a state with suicide.
Like, at the end of the day, consent is key. And you are allowed to revoke your consent at any time. However, I feel like in a situation like that, how you halfway through revoke your consent?
You stick your hand down their throat and make them bring it back.
like, you would have to have a serious contract in. You would have to have that shit notarized. You would have to have attorneys there, which would just be awkward as shit, I would imagine.
I would just go out of states. Like, go to the Cayman Islands.
You can just go to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That would work, I guess.
I mean, you'll still want, your contract, so when you both walk out of there, and then Jimmy's like having bad thoughts about giving his arm to you, you can be like, nope, nope, you sold it to me. I could do with it as I pleased.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine going to that court case, because it would be a situation of consent versus contract. And like, once you like, contract law is pretty straightforward if it's written correctly. Like, you can't really fight a contract if everything in the contract has been met. So you would have to have so many clauses about revoked consent, I would think. Don't die.
Don't talk about cannibalism while I drink.
Sorry. Didn't mean to try to kill you.
You can't eat my arm.
Fine.
I mean, I already gave you consent to cut off my tattoo when I die and make a book, but you can't eat it.
I wouldn't want to. That's gonna be my coffee table book.
Ooh, then you could make people jerky and feed that to people alongside the weird ash meatloaf.
You could wrap it like bacon
Does
wrapped meatloaf.
does feeding someone ashes count as cannibalism?
In what context? Like, are you gonna become a Wendigo? That possibly.
No, like, could we get in trouble for feeding people
100%.
ashes?
100%. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of laws about ash distribution.
Oh, there is. Did you know that it can cause cancer if you breathe it in?
Well, it is carcinogenic. Like, it would be the equivalent of eating charcoal.
Or breathing in baby powder or other fine particles?
Yeah. So that
Could
makes
you
sense.
imagine if you got cancer and you're like, it's because I breathed in my dad? Wear masks, people. That's what we learned from this.
Okay, Reddit's got my back here. Is eating human ashes cannibalism and or illegal? Like, if I put in my will that I want to be cremated then cooked into a soup or something for my family to eat, is that allowed? I mean, I don't know why someone would want to do that, but can you do it? You can put whatever you want in your will, but your family couldn't be compelled to do it. It is cannibalism and illegal, but even if it weren't, your family wouldn't have to follow through. That said, there really isn't a regulating body over ashes. Once they've been given back to the family, it's basically up to said family to decide what to do with them. I suppose if at that point they wanted to honor your will and eat you, they could, though best not to be too open about that. Somebody else said, some states have very generalized laws that human remains must be treated in a respectful way. What exactly that means is up to the courts, but I doubt it would include consumption unless it was part of some recognized religious observation.
Looks like it's time to make a religion. The cult shall start now.
Just so in 30 years when we die.
I'm not eating you. Just putting that out there now.
I'm not eating you either. I just want your tattoo for my tattoo book. That's it.
Remember when you asked the family that at Christmas and they all gave you this weird look?
See how there's a trend that I like to ask people weird, awkward conversations when there's a lot of people around so that they can't get out of not answering, but they won't answer exactly how they probably want to because they don't want to be judged.
I just loved it because our uncle, while he was still alive, was like me and like, fuck yeah, you can do it. If I'm dead, you can take it. I don't care.
I don't need it anymore.
Didn't even question it. Like, yeah, you do you. And then everyone else is like, well, that's weird. Maybe?
I mean, I think it would be cool.
Our uncle also wanted to make lampshades out of human skin because of the tattoos.
Which would also kind of be cool.
I mean, it would be.
Like, would it be like stained glass in a sense?
Well, he got the idea because people make lampshades out of like buffalo hide.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like stained glass, like kind of see through.
So, like, would your tattoos shine up on the wall when you have the light on? That'd be kind of neat.
Well, if I die before you, you can find out.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think your sister in law was probably the best answer, though, because that really freaked her out. Like, I think she thought you were asking if you could, like, cut it off her now.
Yeah, I think so. I'm like, no,
She
no,
was
just when you're
like,
dead.
dude, that would really hurt. You're dead. I don't think you care anymore.
I also don't know how you would go about receiving that,
No,
right?
I'm pretty certain
Like,
you could like donate it for science.
ooh, maybe that might work. Because it's not like you could just go down to the funeral home and be like, hey, what's up? I just need a couple minutes. I got you. Do it myself. But I don't know if legally they could do it. Because it would be desecration of a body, right?
Yeah, but you can do that kind of shit with when you donate your body to science.
Yeah, that is true. I'm gonna have to
Looks like
do.
you're gonna become a scientist now.
I gotta search if you could get in trouble for keeping people's tattoos after they die.
I mean, I feel like it's no different than like skinning a rabbit. It's okay to keep that hide.
Most states allow mourners to remove and preserve tattoos as memorial works of art.
I did not think you'd actually find an answer. Well, the People Book is a thing now.
People Book is back on!
Why didn't we think to do that with our uncle's body?
I don't know, because I don't know. Now I feel like we missed an opportunity.
I wonder how they would handle that if you walked into like our little Poduk town's mortuary and you're like, I need to preserve this for art.
Okay, so apparently there is a business in Cleveland, Ohio called Save My Ink Forever. And they work with the funeral homes in the US, the UK, and Canada to preserve the tattoos of people who have died as a memorial. It's a father and son. They're both embalmers and funeral directors, and they launched the company because there's a market for it, apparently.
Now you know you're not weird.
I mean, I'm gonna guess there's
You're
not
part of
millions
the
of people
1%.
Yeah. There are an estimated 45 million Americans that are inked and tattooed.
That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either. But it's kind of one of those things, right? It is artwork. And you're spending a ton of time and money on these things. Why not enjoy them?
I like to think I enjoy my tattoo just fine. It's just the question of if my children or apparently you need to enjoy them after I'm dead.
I just want to make other people uncomfortable because that brings me a lot of joy in life.
Me too. That's why I said you could. I didn't care.
It took them 2 years to develop their technique.
I don't want to know how you figure out your technique.
Trial and error.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want to know.
The funeral home surgically removes the tattoo and then they send it to a lab for preservation. And then it's mounted and framed behind UV protected glass. The entire process takes about 3 months.
It's got to be expensive AF too.
Seeing if there's a price.
They have to do quotes because it depends on the size.
It has to. It has to.
Like you're not gonna charge someone $50 if they're completely covered head to toe.
Agreed. Agreed. It would have to be based on, I would think.
And where it's located.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's like places that would be easier than others to get tattoos off of.
I mean, it looks really like kind of creepy, but it's kind of cool. Save this. Throw it up here.
Thank you.
Welcome. I think you'll appreciate it. Take a look.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
It's neat.
I
Like,
just couldn't imagine walking into someone's house and seeing that, though. Like, up above the mantelpiece.
all right, that's fair. And you're like, oh, that's Uncle Kyle, don't worry. He wanted this.
And I was the only one that would take it. I don't even... Maybe it's the whole, like, I refuse to have ashes in my house because I'm, like, terrified of being haunted. But I just don't want someone's, like, skin mounted on my wall.
I want people to walk into my house and be like, I don't know that I want to be here.
I mean, I feel that way because if I'm walking into your house, there's usually other people.
Like, I want to leave clues so when I die, it's like, follow this secret map to a treasure. There's not going to be, but it'll give somebody an adventure.
All my brain could think of was your treasure's gonna be like a moldy flower crown like your daughter made you.
That was hilarious. She made me a dandelion flower crown for Mother's Day one year, but she made it like 2 weeks in advance. So she put it in a Tupperware to preserve it and then wrapped it. Then she gave it to me and I opened it and it was just a Tupperware of mold. I was like, thanks. Like, cause I couldn't tell what the fuck it was. But I didn't want to hurt her feelings because she was so proud of it. And then she looked and was like, that is not what I had in mind. But like, the thought was there, and that was super sweet. She hasn't made me a flower crown since.
I mean, we did kind of all laugh about it.
It was so gross. Like, not a good day. I kind of forgot that had happened. Would you wear Squirtle sunglasses if they made them?
Like Pokemon Squirtle?
Yeah.
I mean, no, because I don't really wear Pokemon stuff, but I guess if you bought them and was like, hey, wear these, brah, I'd be like, okay.
Like, let me show you. Like, do you love your sunglasses? You're like, so much.
How much did you spend on this coffee for me?
Like, these. Like, if a company made these.
Dude, those did exist, okay? Those were real in like the 70s or 80s. And again, if you gave them to me and was like, hey, bro, wear these today while we cruise around and drink coffee, I'd be like, okay.
So I
This is to
tried
make up for not wearing pajamas with you one time.
that you'll never live down the trail. Like, I tried to find a pajama set that was pink, white, and yellow striped. I couldn't find one. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is buy like a white pajama set and sew strips of pink and yellow on it to make it work.
Or fabric paint.
I thought about that too, but like her shirt, like the top of it is like
The
a
hoodie?
sweater.
Yeah.
And so I can't get like,
But it's also scalloped.
yeah. Let me dump these here. I took pictures
I made them
because
easier for you.
I know, I appreciate. Fuck are they? So my concern is save these. slow process.
I just realized that this is completely out of context.
It is.
Kiwi is trying to come up with a cosplay outfit for Halloween this year.
No,
And she stole
for
it.
our convention. Hey.
Okay. Oh, right, the game. The
Yeah.
video game convention.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah. I'm not
Anyways,
crazy.
and she stole the outfit from the video game I was playing earlier today, a Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse.
It's so cute. Oh, these pictures are real trash because I had to take them from my computer. Like, I took them on my phone.
You couldn't even screenshot?
Oh, I couldn't. I mean, I probably could have, but I didn't. Make it small enough. It's fine. It's just like a pajama set, right?
Oh, I think I sent you a copy of the picture from in Discord earlier this week.
Okay, this one looks better, to be fair. But see, like, this pocket, I'm gonna have to sew this pocket. So I can't get a hoodie that already has pockets, because that won't work. Because it'll look dumb.
I wonder if you could just buy, like, the specialty printed fabric where you, like, pay a company to put your design on it.
I need this to be a pocket.
I mean, it is a pocket on there. I'm pretty certain it's got, like, an elastic across the head.
Yeah, I was thinking. From
I just like the pom-pom strings. And the leg warmers.
Oh yeah, I took a picture of those too. And the bunny slippers. Also, like, wearing shorts in May is kind of ballsy here.
You could get, like, those dance tights.
Ooh, that might be a good one.
So it looks like skin, but it's
I'm
not.
stoked for this outfit.
I'm curious how many people will recognize it.
None of the peoples will recognize. I'm fine with that. Because I still think it would be cute. My other idea was to do Rainbow Bright. Do a Rainbow Bright. Like, to do it justice would take me so long. Not a month and a half. Like, it would take a while. It would look so good, though.
Ooh, did you look for blankets?
Ooh, no. That's a good idea. I didn't think of that. I did look for fabric, but I couldn't find... Like, I don't care if it's scalloped or not. Like, that would be ideal, but it's not gonna break my heart.
But I wonder if you could find a blanket in those colors.
That might be a good option. I'm gonna have to check that out. I just really want to dress up for the convention. And then
I'm glad I could give you inspiration.
This costume made me super happy.
It does me too. Though we might be switching to swimsuits tomorrow.
Oh, I hope so.
Because swimsuits in horror games makes me laugh.
Well, the pajamas are kind of... I will say, though, that the cutscenes go back to the original outfit. I noticed that today.
Only some of them.
That made me giggle.
Only some of
outfit
them.
change! It's serious time. That was fun. Plus, something that people think makes them look cool, but actually has the opposite effect. I'm gonna go with mullets. Like, those are starting to come back.
Squirtle sunglasses.
Those are fire. I don't know what you're talking about. Those are cool. And you. But pit vipers, I hate those.
I never
Vipers
got people in mullets.
I don't either, but they're like coming back. But modified. Like, you gotta shave the sides.
Yeah.
Like, you don't look cool.
Like Joe Dirt style.
Yeah, you dumb as hell. Like, that looks like your younger sibling gave you a haircut when you said no.
I never did that, just for the record.
I cut your hair.
Yeah, but me, as a younger sibling, I never did.
But we were on the same page. Like, I didn't force you to get your hair cut. And I didn't do a terrible job. Like, you didn't have to shave your head when I was done.
No, but if I recall correctly,
Your
my
bangs were
bangs
a
were
little jacked.
really messed up.
Fine.
It
Wasn't
also helps
awful.
that we have an aunt that's a beautician.
Yeah.
So our parents were like, emergency.
Like, god damn it. Okay. Now I feel like I'm a pro at hair stuff, though. Like, dyeing hair, fine. I cut Katie's hair, fine. Need your head shaved? I got you.
Yeah, see, I'm okay with people doing like the head shaving part. It's the like weird tuft of hair on top of my head that I'm like, no, I would like that cut decent.
I
So I'm
guess.
gonna go to a beautician.
I just wait. I actually want to cut like 8 inches off of my hair.
Do it.
It'll still leave me so much free hair. But I don't know. Maybe I need a change. Want to cut my hair this weekend?
I mean, I can't guarantee it will look good, but sure.
Get on the internet. They have videos for everything.
You want a
Nothing can
wolf
go
cut?
wrong. Yeah. Yeah, the wolf cut. Do that. The Pat Benatar.
I usually just like put my hair in a ponytail and I'm like, okay, now leave about an inch, cut. It puts that like A-line
The thing
style
is though,
on.
like with hair, is it grows back. So I don't know. I'm not scared to do stuff with my hair. Like, oh yeah, let's shave it all off. Let's see what happens. It'll be back in a few months. No big deal.
I mean, that is what I did. And then I've been shaving my head ever since for what, like 6 years
Yeah.
now?
Like, Katie, hey,
I
I want
just
to
like the
bleach
way
my
it
hair.
feels. I'm weird. I'm like a fox in real life. I just like the way it feels to pet my head when it's shaved.
Oh, shaved heads do feel nice. I'll give you that. Like baby chicken. I don't know.
And
Hair
then it
just
went all
doesn't bother.
silent and weird for a moment. That was an awkward pause.
I was just thinking about baby chickens. Now I was gonna get them home. Secret. Like, do you think they could live in my hot tub room?
Maybe? Are you the only one that goes in there?
Yeah, much.
Because if your daughter goes in there, she's telling the world.
It's true. It'll be on group chat. Easy.
I love how you two fight on group chat.
That's just how we talk in real life.
I know, but she doesn't send that shit in your private. She sends it in the group.
Oh no, she's mean as shit to me in private. Don't worry. Like today, she comes downstairs to grab. I don't even remember what she grabs. I was like, "Ooh, you grab me a drink. Like, I'll meet you at the stairs, but I don't want to walk up the stairs." Blah blah. And she was like she didn't say no. I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'll just come upstairs and get my own drink. I'll take a little break from work, walk around a second. But then I got hyper focused on work and never went up. So then Katie just starts texting me and she's like, I thought you were coming upstairs. That was 10 minutes ago. What the fuck are you doing? So I just sent back, I'm working, bitch. And then it just spiraled from there. And then it was like, but the thing is like, it was 3:45. So I'm like, I only have 45 minutes left of work. So I might as well just finish it. So I just did. I don't make my kid get Like, my kid is not a slave in my house. Not for me, anyway. Like, I just
No.
don't believe in it. Like, it's one thing if you... But this is, like, human decency, right? If you were in the kitchen already grabbing something, I'll ask you to grab me something, too. But if we're both sitting on the couch, I'm not gonna ask you to get up for me to go get something. Because I just feel like that's disrespectful. Also, if I get up and I go to get myself something, I'm going to ask you if you need something while I'm up. If you choose to wait until I sit back down, it's not going to happen for you.
No,
No,
but I'm a guest.
I don't give a shit.
I thought you loved me.
I do. Not that much.
You
Katie's
see how it
also
is?
on this trope that she thinks I love the dog more than her.
I mean, it's probably true. I would love my dog more than my child. They don't talk back as loudly.
Mine does. Mine's a...
Oh,
But
mine
then
talks
he
back,
cuddles
but
at
I feel
night.
like it's not as bad as when people do it.
So cute.
And they don't get mad when you steal their heat.
And you can dress them in whatever you want.
Now that is
Or when you wake
scientific
them up
fact.
from
There's
naps
no
'cause you're like,
real
"Now you smell
evidence
like a
for it,
puppy
but it
'cause
is
you've been
scientific fact.
sleeping."
It is facts. Dogs are better than kids. I don't make the rules. He was like, you get him snacks all the time. You don't get me snacks all the time. I'm like, he doesn't have thumbs. He doesn't know how to work the microwave yet.
Oh my word. You know what you should do?
Teach him how to
Give her
use the
dog
microwave.
snacks.
Come here, kitty.
Here,
Want a
I
treat?
got you a cookie too.
I have to hide my snacks from her. The dog understands not to eat my snacks. He doesn't.
Just completely treat her like a dog. Spray her with water when she does bad. No, you don't sit at the table. You eat out of the dog bowl.
You gotta go outside now. Fine with that. Would love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do it when her friends are over. She'd really love that as a teenager.
100%. I try to just steer her clear when friends over. I don't need to get bullied by multiple teen girls. I already feel bad enough about myself. Like that song that's like, teenagers scare the living shit out of me. Accurate.
Oh, it's totally true.
Like you're walking down the street and you see a group of teenagers, you're like, I don't know. I didn't really feel
Yeah,
like being
like-
bullied today.
If one side of the street had teenagers and the other side had like really sketchy looking like
Drug ass?
addicts, I'd probably take the drug addicts.
100%. Because I know how to deal with a drug addict.
Throw your money and run.
Yeah. You want a cigarette? Here. I'll find you a cigarette. Gum? Hard candy? Teenagers are just
dump your pockets and run.
Dude, I do carry some weird shit with me at all times. Like I like
Empty
having
chapstick tube.
No, I have a full chapstick. No, you have to have multiple chapsticks. I have a
Okay.
microwave chapstick, I have a car chapstick, a purse chapstick, a desk chapstick. And you can't steal from one place because then you go to use your nightstand chapstick and you don't have one. It's a problem.
I mean, I can't judge. I have like 3 in every room.
I just got a new one. It's green apple.
I have vanilla latte
That one's good.
and sugar cookie.
Add that one. I kind of like the candy cane one for like 2 days and then I'm
But you don't like candy canes.
yeah. But I carry hot sauce with me usually.
Yeah, I'm not that weird.
Obviously,
do
you've
have
never been
mints
in this
everywhere.
situation that you've needed hot sauce and it wasn't available.
No.
Go to Taco Bell and they don't give you any hot sauce. Fine, I've got my own.
Yeah, see, I just eat it without. It's fine.
You at your friend's house, they made breakfast, you don't have Tabasco for your eggs. Fine, got my own.
I mean, that would be our house because we don't use Tabasco. But we have the Rooster hot sauce.
See, I don't like sriracha. It's sweet.
I do, however, have Taco Bell and Fiesta Olay hot sauce.
Yeah. I have a lot of. I have some on my desk right now from my taco binge last week. I just had to refill my hot
It's a
sauce.
memento.
Yeah. That's what I wanted for lunch today, but I decided that was probably a bad idea. So.
I don't get to eat out anymore.
I try not to, or a lot of food up. Sometimes
Well, the problem is the people I always used to get rides with to go get food are you and our aunt, and neither one leave their house now.
I will if I have to, but it happens way more on the weekends.
Yeah, see, and that's when I don't want to leave my house. I'm like, I have chores to do during the week, so of course I want to leave. But the weekends, I get to just gain.
I mean, same, but I have to work all day. Like, if I didn't have to work all day, it would be very different. I actually want to take some time off. Though I work from home, I still have to, like, get in work mind, right? I just want to take a day off where I can not worry about work. But I want it to be a weekday, because days off is just a different vibe than a weekend day off. It's just different.
Like a Wednesday.
Yeah. But then I get kind of judgy because I'll be driving and why is there so much traffic? Don't these motherfuckers have to be at work or something?
They took the same Wednesday off.
This one's mine. Back to work.
You forgot to read the like town memo.
Yeah. I don't. We haven't been out for a long time.
Nope. Because you're always working.
Yeah, like an adult. He's got to be responsible. I don't know why it has to be me, but it does.
You chose that life.
I had to buy track shoes.
Oh yeah, I forgot she joined track.
She has spring break practice, so she sure it's 9:30.
Wait, are they on spring break?
Yeah.
This is a crappy spring break.
I know, right? It's supposed to snow all week.
And because it's been melting everything, it's just ice.
Yeah, it's gross.
So it's not even like fun snow.
But you know, Idaho track, they're still running in the snow.
That's because they have to. Otherwise, they'd only have like 2 weeks to train for the whole year.
Like their first track meet is 9 days.
Gross.
Luckily, she did sprints though, instead of like long distance. So she doesn't technically, like, she could take a blanket and not be on the field the entire day. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know.
I would have rather been like volleyball.
Well, we had a big conversation about how, as a child, it's hard to grasp these kinds of things. And I don't want to be the kind of parent that's like, let me dictate your life to you, right? Like, I want you to make mistakes because that's how you grow as a human being. So when she does dumb things, like, as much as I cringe and roll my eyes, I still allow her to do these things because I think that she needs to learn how to process stuff. But we did have a very good conversation about how being well-rounded is so important. So, like, she's already got her music taken care of. She's got theater, which is, in my opinion, like art.
Yeah.
Academically, this kid's actually really smart. Like, smarter than I am. She just doesn't have as much knowledge yet. Does that make sense? But, like,
And
when she's
she's
my
kind of
age...
slacking in common sense.
Oh, yeah. Dumb as a board with...
But I feel like book smart people tend to be like,
Mm-hmm. Because I think they process things. So it's harder to gauge emotional situations.
where's the manual that tells me how to deal with this?
But she's still super social too. And has a ton of friends. So, like, the only thing she's missing is a sport at this point. I'm like, you might as well pick something. And honestly, like, where you're at in your life right now is the best time. Because a lot of it is, if you try out, you're gonna make the team. You know?
At least she didn't go cheerleader. I still would have rather done volleyball.
She wanted to, remember, when she was, like, in elementary. That kid
Yeah.
dreamed of being...
Yes, I
And I still
remember.
supported her and did her hair all cute.
She went to cheer camp during the summer.
Yeah. So I'm glad that she was kind of like, I don't know that that's what I love. But I think it's easy to pass your prejudice and fears on to your kids. Like, I don't like heights and I don't like water. It's not my favorite thing. But I don't want to push that onto her. So when she's like, oh, I really want to go mountain climbing, let me find you somebody who can take you mountain climbing. Because I'll make it halfway up and get vertigo and want to throw up. And that's not going to work well. Or like she did swim team. Like, do it. Have it. Great at it. There is no party. It is just pain. Like, it's just her constantly complaining about how much she has to do.
She did it to herself.
Yeah. So then we had to have a conversation about how you shouldn't overreach yourself. Like, you're not old enough to be burning out yet. But I also respect that you want to try all the things.
She hasn't learned yet.
Yeah.
The joys of not trying things.
I did really well until like my freshman year in high school, and then I discovered boys and drugs, and that was the end of all extracurriculars. Like, nope, don't need that. You're always burnt out? Yeah, because you try to do too much. Sometimes you just have to chill. Take a hot bath, drink some tea. I watch horror YouTube. That's my chill out usually.
I mean, that is the best.
I watched it before bed. I didn't have any nightmares. Oh, that. I'm gonna watch the other one tonight.
Part 2?
Yeah.
Part 2 is weird.
Like, I have to live vicariously. Because, like, you told me yesterday, you were like, please don't play this game. Because you will hate yourself. And I'm like, what is it? And you're like, Anthologies of Fear. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go check that out. So I'm watching it, and I probably, in the first episode, like, the jump scares are so minuscule, but they still made me jump. I probably jumped 47 times, I was like, yeah, you're right. I would be so hyper focused on the game and I would be fully immersed that every time that would happen, I would just want to cry. So thank you for
See?
that.
I had your back.
I
That
appreciate
was
it.
not a game for you.
But now I have to watch it because I still want to know the story. Since I can't play it myself.
I feel like White Day is a similar game. You
Yeah,
could
I
not
don't
play it.
no, I don't think I can play White Day. I'm kind of sad because I've played the Layers of Fear. And the new one comes out this year? I think it's this year. Or first quarter of next year. I can't remember. But the new one comes out and like they just always try to up themselves, which is their job, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be brave enough to play the third one. Because the
Just
second one
do
was
it.
fucked up. Like I tried to play Observer and I only made it halfway, and then the werewolf situation happened. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. I can't. Hunting me and I can't.
I think that was the worst part of that game, though.
It
So if you
was.
ever made it past that, it would have been fine.
I could probably go back and do fine now, but it's like Outlast. Like I don't like the idea of something chasing me having to be skilled enough to escape it.
See, the weird thing is, so I know Outlast is like on rails, like you can outrun everything if you are smart.
Well, it's kind of like a
But I
chain
have
chomp in
like,
Mario, right? Like it gets to a point where you can just
yeah,
stand right out of its reach and be like, nah.
yeah. So I know that, but I have like PTSD from basements from other horror games that as soon as I get to that point, I'm like, and we're done.
Yeah.
Starting over.
And then you see people that like speed run Outlast. Like, how many times though have you had to play this so that you know exactly when to duck under that pallet? I'm good. But like, I can play 7 Days to Die and have zombies jump in my face, and even though I jump, I'm still not like closing my eyes. You know what I mean?
Metro. You should play Metro.
Good on that. Um, Vegas has a fun exhibit. It's the Saw Escape Room.
Yeah, see, a hard pass on that.
I'm with you. Like, no thanks. I don't want any part of that. And you can all get out if you work together. And I'm like, working with a team of strangers in that kind of no thanks. No.
Even non-strangers, like if you filled the whole group up with like our family,
Oh,
I
hell
still
no.
don't think we could do it.
No. I think just being like, I don't know if you've ever done an escape room, but like, you always have that one person that you're just like, stupid. Please stop trying to help. They'll be like, let me tell you my theory. And you're like, that's not even possible. Please stop. Stop talking.
It was time travel.
So then you are in a situation where you either sit in the back and you're just like, I hate it here. I'm not gonna help. No, I'm done. Or you're the other person that like takes over the situation, which is also obnoxious. Like there's no winning.
I'm pretty certain I'd be that person.
I feel like you and
I'm
I
that
could
way
do an
with
escape room, okay?
I'm that way with like jigsaw puzzles. Like, no, I'm in control. Don't touch that pile.
Oh, the worst is when you've worked on a puzzle and then somebody comes behind you and puts the last piece in.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, nope. I don't think I'd play well with others. I'd be
I
like, no, you're dumb. That's not the puzzle we're working on. Shut your pie hole.
again, I think you and I could probably do an escape room all right. I think that would work out. There's no way in hell I would want to do an escape room with our mom.
Ugh. We'd never leave that room.
Mm-mm.
The
Nope.
TV would turn on to give a clue and she'd just stare at it nonstop after that.
Or it would go into a big tirade about how one time she was watching this episode of Criminal Minds and it was kind of similar. So maybe that's what they were going for here. No. You want me to retell you what the episode was? I'd rather die.
But would you rather do an escape room with our mom or with her boyfriend?
Oh, God. Our mom, just because I could tell her off and not feel as bad about it. I feel like if I told her boyfriend off, he would cry. Like, if I truly told him off, I think he'd cry. And then I would feel bad.
Oh, he has come
Depending
so close to being told off by me so many
depending
times.
on what it was for, let me clarify. But if it was like a situation like that, I would probably feel bad. Like, if he did some egregious thing, like talk shit about my kid or something, that would be different. I would not feel bad about that. Or, like, if I found out he was doing abusive stuff to our mom, I wouldn't feel bad about that. But, like, if he was just being him and I just jumped his ass because I was stressed out because we were stuck in an escape room, I would probably not feel good.
You know, it would be even worse.
The two of them together.
No. No, no, no. The boyfriend and an uncle.
The Texas uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I would never put myself in that situation.
I'm pretty certain that escape room would be like, we escaped via a rusted spoon to the veins.
Oh, yeah, no. There is no way in hell. Somebody proposed that as a good idea. No, I'm sick that day.
We're gonna break into groups. You get those two.
Mm-mm. I have pretty great patience, I like to think. Not with everything. But with people, I'm usually pretty patient. That would be a test.
It's okay. He can't walk right now, so we could just put him in a chair in the corner.
Get at him on accident purpose. Oh, no thank you.
It would only be worse if Mom joined in. The five of us.
Yeah, I don't think so. Hard pass.
So, never doing a group of six.
No. I think 4 selectively. Selective.
You know your daughter's gonna want to be there.
Yeah, but I think that wouldn't bother me so much.
No, I'm just saying. So that's you and your +1.
Yeah. So you would just have to figure out your +1.
I want to say my spouse, but I think it would also be fun if we took our other aunt.
The fun one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that team would work out fine. But her and I were talking about if the world, like, if shit hits the fan in the world, right? You would want to pick a team of people that could complement your skill set. But you also have to pick people that you're not mad about spending the rest of your life with. Like, in The Last of Us, in a zombie apocalypse, right? People like break off into groups, which I think would happen. I don't know how long it would take to get there, but that would happen. So then you would be in these towns of people, but these towns are only going to be, let's say, 50 strong at the most. So, like, these are people that you, like, chances are you're not going to move from town to town. Where you're at is where you're going to stay. Like, think about if you had to be stuck with 50 people for the rest of your life. So you would have to pick, like, people that you would be okay with doing that. So be like, I could probably learn medical skills. We don't need him because he pisses me off. Because I feel like that's how I would want.
So you're our new doctor. That's what I learned from this.
I mean, I can do sutures if I have to.
I'll just not get hurt. Ah, crap. I'm the clumsy one. I'm screwed in this outcome.
So if you could like stock up on some lidocaine between now and then, probably start playing.
Staples.
Oh yeah, I bet you could use a staple gun if you had to. I think I
Dude,
could do basic first aid though.
I don't know why this reminded me of this, but I played a video game where apparently there's like this giant ant thing in the Amazon, and if you get them to bite you and then break the head off, it works like a staple, like a stitch, so
Oh
you
yeah,
can use
that's
it to
real
close
life.
your wounds. Yeah, I know it is.
Leafcutter ants, right?
I don't
Ink?
remember the name. Could
Ink.
be.
I think they're leafcutter ants.
It just creeps me out that I know these random things.
I know all the random. Katie and I were talking about that, and I was like, because Katie was like, oh, I just pick up the most random stuff. And I don't really know why. And I was like, oh, you'll understand when you're older and you go to the bar for trivia night. Like
This is
sumo
to earn
wrestlers.
you free cheeseburgers later.
Yeah. Like sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. That.
I did, yes.
Yeah. When am I ever going to use that information? Probably never.
Trivia Tuesdays.
Exactly. That's it. That's all I've got.
Like the whole polar bears are left pod.
Yeah. Also, like, who spent the time to research that? Because that sounds like a job I would be interested in. Like, what would your dream?
I mean, you would have to go live in a cold area. I don't
That's
think that would
true.
be, my ideal job, but
Like, where would your ideal place of living be? Like, not necessarily location, but like, for me, I would want to live in a witch's shack in the middle of town that looks all dilapidated and really scary, but inside is like the nicest amenities you could possibly think of and fast internet.
pastel rainbow everywhere.
Yeah. Like, I would want the outside to have like an alligator moat.
I mean, I could get behind that.
Yeah.
If
Inside
it
it's just
didn't
like a rainbow threw up, but outside it looks like somebody could probably catch hepatitis. Yeah.
if bricks didn't stop internet, I would have like a
Well,
gigantic brick wall
this is
everywhere.
idealistically. So
I know, that's
magic.
what I'm saying.
The internet would just work.
I want a big picture window that I can just sit in and read books.
That would be nice. Have a library? Like a
Yes.
Beauty and the
Like
Beast
Beauty and the
library?
Beast. I'm pretty certain I could fill that place already.
Okay, but
I have a problem.
have you ever seen those ladders in real life that are on rails? Like it
Yeah,
takes
they're terrifying.
but it takes everything in your body to not just jump on it and go flying down the wall. Or maybe that's just
I mean, in fairness, I did kind of do that.
if they keep
But
those
I
things
only went
greased
like
up, holy shit.
I only went like one ring up because I pass out when I get too high up on things.
Ladders are kind of sketch.
But I did like kick off the floor and travel probably about 2 bookcases worth.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. Like a library with a big desk
Yeah.
like that. I would be okay
Like the
with
big
that.
desk that Dad used to have.
Mm-hmm. Hated that thing, but I also like.
Aesthetically, I liked it.
Yeah.
But having to move that
Yeah.
thing was a bitch.
Agreed.
And it was not well taken care of, so like the drawers didn't work.
Oh yeah, they were sticky as shit. I forgot about that. And I hated like you would pinch your fingers in the drawer pulls.
Yeah. But it was a pretty desk.
It was a pretty desk. Yeah, see, I would want it like, but I would want my desk to be pink.
I want Craft Manor.
Croft Manor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be
Would
happy.
you want a butler in there?
Yes, that somehow magically doesn't die in a freezer.
What was the best part of that game?
Poor Winston.
Loved it. Or he would have quit a long time ago.
Maybe he was indentured. They were kept as slaves. You don't know.
Okay, touche. I don't know, but I like to believe that they're not. But then I think about who she is as a person, and now I'm not so sure. Like, we had a
Oh,
big
I was
conversation
thinking of
about
her
how
dad.
shitty of a person Laura Croft is.
But she's hot, so it's okay.
It's true. It just goes to show that if you are attractive in life, you go a lot further. She is a terrible person. So is Nathan Drake, kind of is too, though.
Oh, he's a selfish prick. That's kind of what I liked about it.
I mean, I like Nathan Drake a lot.
He
But
was
he's not.
relatable.
But he's not a good human.
No. I mean, he was a thief.
Yeah. And Laura's the same way. Only her, she thinks she's doing the right thing, but she's not.
Oh, is this going back to when I was bitching about the new one?
Yeah.
The new Laura is so much worse. I freaking hate her so much. I love original Laura. Original Laura was just a badass. Like, she was a selfish cunt, but I loved her. New Laura, I would punch in the throat.
Like, again, though, I think she thinks she's doing the world a favor.
Like, her friend Jonas, if I was him, I would have punched her a long time ago. Like, when she opens her mouth to be like, we have to go do this, punch. No.
Just get a dog like a normal
Save
person.
the world and sit at home. You're the reason it goes to hell.
I haven't seen a Tomb Raider game in a long time.
I own all of them.
I know you do, and I own most of them at this point. First off, the very first Tomb Raider on the PlayStation. Remember that fucking tiger? I still have nightmares about that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking hate that thing.
That's when I learned about jump scares.
Yeah, I did not like. That was awful.
But that game has the best death sequence in it when you can turn to gold on Midas's hand.
We forgot about that, actually.
Or the gorillas.
I don't like that at all either.
Yeah, but you can like glitch them into the Midas Hall and turn them to gold. It's kind of hilarious. I mean, I didn't play this game way too much.
I love new games, right? Because they seem like they would be more immersive. But original games were also immersive. The graphics are just shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like they had better storytelling because they couldn't rely on graphics.
That might be true. Let me just tell you what scared me the most as a child. I'm just gonna show you. This is what scared me the most as a child. I fucking hate this. Oh no. This. I fucking hate this thing so
Yeti.
much. Hate this thing. You can't. I'm pretty sure you cannot outrun this.
No, you can.
I have never outrun this.
I've done it once.
Hate this.
Never again.
I hate it. Like, this game was free. It came with Windows. Clear back in the way back.
Do you remember the bug that like jumped across the fence?
Yeah. And played
that
the
also
entertainer.
Had a jump scare at the end.
Like, this game came out in 1991, and I am still traumatized by it. Hate it.
Are you saying you don't want to go skiing?
No.
Anytime soon?
No. it lulls you into this like false sense of serenity, and you're just skiing and everything's fine.
Oh, I think I got him stuck on a tree and a
Sure.
person.
I hated him.
So I
Hated.
outran him, but it was because I cheated.
We're talking about this, like we're talking about old school games and how much this traumatized me as a kid. Terrifying. I hated this thing. This was ski free. It was like a free game that came out on Microsoft. Here, like, let me show this to you. Like, you got this with Windows when you bought Windows.
And it was like the most basic bitch game.
Yeah, here, I've got a screenshot of it. Okay. So you were this little skier. Oh, here. And
And
you
I don't
just
think
had
it mattered which one you went down. They were all the same.
100%. It no. Not like Pong. Here, I'll show you another one. Find it. Like you're skiing down a mountain. So it's kind of like a platformer, but not. This picture's probably gonna be. So you're this little skier and you've got like rocks and trees and logs. You can't hit those or it slows you down. And then there's these little like fluffy bits that are jumps on the snow. So you would just be skiing down this forever. I want to say like 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then out of fucking nowhere, this Yeti comes and eats you. And there's like, I've never been able to outrun it. Never. Here. Traumatizing. Like this. This just comes out of nowhere. You're just minding your business.
Look, he made it 134 meters.
Yeah.
I
Awful.
think that's how far you had left to go.
Oh, that might be. I don't know. I never ran the Yeti. It still haunts me. This game came out in 1991.
Ooh, or that weird game that came out on Mac at the time.
Ooh, that's actually on Steam.
Where there's like a bird.
That's on Steam right now. It's for the bits.
Where you like rode a bird.
Oh, you're talking about where you rode the emu.
Yeah.
Um,
In like temples. That game was weird.
what was this? Because now this is gonna drive me crazy. Oh, Joust. Was it Joust?
I don't remember.
It was Joust. I am looking at.
Are you thinking of
Thank you.
Cosmic Cosmo?
Yeah.
You were saying is on Steam.
Mm-hmm. Like $6 right now.
That game is so weird.
I have not played it obviously in a very long time.
I can't say that. I played it like 10 years ago.
Sometimes you have to be like you have to cheer an odd amount. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 100% Joust that you're thinking. This rode like these little
No.
emus. Not that?
No, it was like you were like, are you okay over there?
Yeah,
It
I
was
know. I
like
get wild.
you were like Egyptian or something. It was a similar idea, but you didn't have like a joust stick.
Bruh.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that what that is either. I think it's. I really thought it was Joust. They make different versions.
Maybe.
That's for. It
Nope.
says player 1 rode an ostrich and player 2 rode a stork.
Ooh, maybe. I don't remember fighting each other.
I don't either, but that doesn't mean that that wasn't a
I just
mechanic.
remember that it was like Egyptian or Arabian themed.
Maybe. I'm gonna have to
I
do
don't
some
know.
research. Let me make a note. Figure out. I can find out if it's illegal to eat people's ashes, but I can't figure out what the emu riding game is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break you.
It's good, it's good.
Give you a challenge on your Wednesday.
It's meeting day on Wednesday. It'll give me something to do. I'm gonna bring that up in our meeting. Hey.
Did any of you play this game 30 years ago?
Yeah, I think they'll love it.
Our childhood.
We played a lot of computer games. Like, our entire family was in IT. Like, my dad owned his own business. So, always had computers. What we did for funsies.
Like the mathematical sub game.
I was actually thinking about those games the other day. I was like, how many educational games are there nowadays? I don't feel like
none.
yeah, like I don't feel like there are any. But then I was like, maybe because I'm not the target market group, so I just don't know that they exist. Like when we were growing up, everything had an educational spin.
Do you remember Lost in Time?
That sounds familiar.
Where like the girl and her dog get sucked through time. So
Actually, yeah. And you have to help like Benjamin Franklin discover electricity with his
Yeah.
key and his kite. I do remember this.
Yeah, you have to like rewrite history to what it's
Mhm.
supposed to be.
I do remember. But now I'm like, I don't remember seeing an educational game, like a game specifically written to be educational.
I
Like I
mean, you
don't.
kind of are the target audience. You're a mom.
Right, but my kid is at an age where she's not
Yeah,
learning her
now.
ABCs and her math, right?
But I'm saying when she was, I don't
Yeah.
remember ever.
I taught her Minecraft.
Like, I'm pretty certain all that would pop up was like old games that we grew up playing that are like
Yeah.
free ROMs now.
Yeah.
Like Reader Rabbit.
Yep.
Mavis Teats Typing.
Treasure Mountain.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, it's Tuesday after school. What do you want to do? Learn grammar? Games were just different.
Oh my god. So my spouse was watching a tech YouTuber and they were talking about old computers, like old laptops. And they show this laptop, and I have been talking about how we had laptops growing up that like they were a giant monitor that like a keyboard
Mm-hmm.
stuck to.
Yeah.
And we used to write it down the stairs because it was too heavy for us to pack. And the screen was black and orange, and it just used floppy disks,
Yeah.
like the big floppy disks.
Uh,
So I've been telling my spouse about this for years. Then it popped up on this like tech show, and the tech dude's like, I bet you've never seen one of these. And I'm like, so, honey, you remember all those times I told you about this computer we rode down the stairs? And you were like, yeah, uh-huh. Here it is.
like
Not
every inch.
crazy.
But like every inch of our house was computer stuff. Like you would open a dresser, there's no clothes in this dresser. It's just
Power
monitor cables. Yeah. Or like, you
Mice.
need a keyboard? It's like the Ariel song. I got 20. Like,
What?
everything.
I got who's its and what's its galore.
Yeah.
Thingamabobs?
Thanks for the lurk, Stripe. Like, memory. Just sticks and sticks and sticks of memory in drawers. So, like, when he died, we went through and got rid of a bunch of stuff to help my mom out. My mom's
It
like,
took like weeks of garbage run.
yeah. But my mom was like, don't you think we need to save some of this? And we're like, no, we don't. Nobody's
Like,
gonna use this
we
stuff.
didn't even need to save it back when he had the business.
But it made more sense to have it then than it does now.
Like, this RAM hasn't been used in 20 years. Nobody needs it.
Yeah. Or like tons of CDs. Not necessary anymore.
I like my CDs.
I know.
They're shiny.
But do
Pretty.
you need CDs for Windows 98?
Maybe.
You don't.
I think we have one, to be honest. But only one.
Only one.
Not 40.
Right. Like, you could just be like, oh, I feel like rebuilding my computer. Let me go through this stack of papers and find a key code. I guarantee you would find a key code you could use.
Like, in fairness, behind me right now, I have a Commodore 64. So
That's like
it
nostalgia
shouldn't
purpose,
surprise you
though.
that we need 98 on CD still.
Surprise me. I'm saying you don't need 40 copies of it. One's enough. Maybe two, so you have a backup.
No, that's going crazy. That's what the internet's for.
That's what I'm saying. Also, like, imagine if you just woke up tomorrow and didn't have internet. Like, forever.
I mean, I would probably live a lot longer than some other people.
I agree, but like, how often do you reach for, like, tonight, I'm like, let me see if you can eat ashes. Like, do you know how long that would take me to figure out if I had to go to a library?
In fairness, if we didn't have internet, we wouldn't need to worry about it because it'd be harder for people to find out.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's a catch-22.
Hey. That does make sense.
I mean, we wouldn't know about ferret legging because
No, I knew about that.
that's a British sport.
Yeah, but I saw that on the PBS.
Have
I
you
educated
seen
you.
cheese rolling?
Yes, I have. I have seen cheese rolling, but I still think ferret legging is weirder.
I'm just saying, like, people make fun of us for having stupid festivals.
Like the Potato Festival?
Yes. Or pig wrangling. Or
mutton.
cornhole.
Mutton busted.
But I'm not judging them for it. Like, if you want to roll down a hill like a chunk of cheese, all the power to you. You want to put ferrets in your pants? Go ahead.
Okay,
But do not judge me because Uncle Jim likes to wrangle a pig. I'm just saying. I feel like it's sixes here.
I also love the idea that in all of these situations, this had to be like, you would have to propose your idea. How does this go down where you propose your idea and you have multiple people that are like, yes?
Drinking.
Has to be. It has to be. You know what would be cool to do on Saturday if we just pretended like we were cheese and rolled down a hill? Shit, bro, you're totally right. That does sound awesome.
And then it becomes like a federal holiday.
Yeah, like, you've got 60, 70, 80 people competing in cheese rolling. What? How'd this happen?
But
Also,
because they
notice.
talk about it like it's completely normal. And I'm like, No, you don't get to make fun of other people's shit. We all have fucked up shit that we do that's stupid.
I'm not to judge people. I laugh at people for it. Like
I'm down for that. I'm just saying, like, don't be like,
extreme
that's a stupid
ironing.
festival. Dude, that is stupid, because ironing is, ugh.
Also, did you know you can race emus like horses? But it's
Yes.
way more dangerous because you can't saddle an emu, and emus can go like 40 miles an hour, and falling off of that would hurt a hell of a lot. Also, emus are really mean.
I feel like, though, if you fell off an emu, they'd probably peck you.
Emus are, no, they would stomp you, right? Not what they do with snakes. Emus are not nice.
I'm just saying, I think the emu would kill you.
I would hope so. Again, though, you have to convince multiple people to be like, hey, race emus regularly. And those people have to agree, be on board with it. And then trophies get involved, which I think is where the problem lies, because as soon as you tell people that they can win something,
Oh yeah, then they
challenge
start showing up.
accepted. Yeah. Like if you never had that, it would happen a few times before people are like, this is dumb.
See, my favorite is, I didn't question that, like, at our rodeo we have, like, pig wrangling and sheep wrangling, but then there's that one where they, like, send little kids out to, like, wrangle a lamb.
No, they have to ride them like a bull.
No,
Mutton
they have one
busting.
where they actually have to, like, wrangle them.
I'm all about it. They put
And I'm
these
like,
kids in helmets, like not even
these,
full helmets.
yeah, and
Just,
they're like 5 or 6.
oh yeah, you have to be under the age of 7 to even compete. I love that.
Like,
That I can get
death.
on board with.
That's child death right there.
It's hilarious. All it is kids crying and their parents being like sideline parents that are just screaming. You just have to ride this lamb for 7 seconds. Your brother, Kyle, he did it 2 years ago. He's state champ. What the fuck?
And you'd never live it down if you, like, lasted only 1 second because your brother was
Exactly.
so good at it.
You'd have to cheat. Put Velcro on your gloves or something. I'm pretty sure that they like double, triple check that.
Oh no, it
Because
was
they
piglets.
have.
They send kids to go wrangle
Oh yeah,
piglets.
that's hilarious too. Rodeo life is a different kind of life.
See, we endanger our children.
For fun. But they win trophies and ribbons, so it's fine.
And we call it 4-H.
I always hated those kids too, growing up. Because they would have like prized pigs that they would spend like 40 hours a week grooming. Like, I don't understand this at all.
And that's all they ever talked about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't go skating this weekend because Jeremiah has a cold.
You're like, who the fuck? Yeah, that's wild. I don't hate it. Like, again, I think we had a very eventful childhood. Like, we experienced things that
Hey,
a lot
we
of
were
people
never rodeo
don't.
kids,
No,
though.
no.
We were friends with some of the rodeo
Yeah.
kids, but we were not them.
We
Just clarifying
we
now.
weren't rich enough to be rodeo kids.
No. Dude,
I
we were
mean,
too poor to even think about being a rodeo kid.
yeah. Like, that wouldn't have happened. As much as I probably wanted a horse growing up, no way.
Do you remember when we went horseback riding and they tried to give me a goddamn donkey?
Yeah. That was one of the best days of my life.
Well, mine too, but only because our so-called friend got terrified of her horse and had to take my donkey, so then I got a real horse.
Okay, but donkeys are sweet.
Yeah, but when you're told you get a donkey because you're a kid, it just pisses you off.
I respect it, but I like the donkey.
That donkey was stubborn, though. He
And
wouldn't
horseback
go where I
riding for a
told
little
him
bit.
to. I think that's the last time I went horseback riding.
Oh, maybe. That would make sense. All
I just
right.
remember she started crying. It was like the end of the world.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay, bye. How is everyone doing tonight? I have no idea what she's doing, and now it's really super awkward. I ran out of water.
Okay.
So that's a little sad. Welcome back.
Thanks.
It was awkward because I don't people well.
I'm sure you did a great job.
No, I doubt it.
I believe in you. I have a dog that is very much lap right now.
It's the blanket.
Like,
I'm pretty certain mine's getting ready to go to bed.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where mine's at too. Like, hey, it's treat time. It is treat o'clock, my friend. All right. I suppose. But stream tomorrow. Stream Thursday. Katie really wants to play The Sims.
So you're gonna have nightmares about the house.
She wants to redeem herself for her roof. So would recommend that. Sure, that will be a good time. Or pure chaos. You go either way.
Both. It'll start out good, and then she'll get bored.
Yeah. We are all about the clutter. It's a good time. You know, it could be fun. She tries her best. Just sometimes best isn't good enough.
Only when you have OCD.
See, I have the problem where I'm a perfectionist, but a procrastinator. That doesn't work out so great. I don't know if you...
Nope. I don't suffer from this as well.
Like, it gets to the point where you're just, like, procrastinate starting it because you know that you can't get to perfection in the time period or situation. Like, why even bother? It's 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. I know I can't get that done before I clock out. We'll save it for tomorrow. And then that shit just never gets done.
I do.
So we're gonna not procrastinate. Actually play The Sims this weekend. And gotta spend some time playing Diablo some more. That has to happen.
You have to reach level 25.
I don't have to. That would just be ideal.
You have to.
I got my puppy, so I'm happy. That's what I set out to do. So now that that's been accomplished...
Now you have to get to level 25.
I want to, but I want to play the other characters too. the other classes. It's like
Bull.
the druid and the necromancer were in Diablo 2, but they weren't in Diablo 3. So they brought them back. Play them. There is not enough time. But also,
And-
like, I can play in June when it comes out, so...
But you can only reach level 25 now.
I know. The struggle is real.
I love you.
Thank you. Thanks for putting all these expectations on me.
I have faith.
All weekend, this last weekend, I was like, I'm at level 4! I'm at level 11!
And I was here for it.
Very encouraging. Good job. I believe. Way to make your dreams
Half
come
the
true.
time, I would text you being like, where did you make it to last night?
And then Sunday I was like, I'm defeated and dying. I have a migraine. The world's out to get me.
And I pushed you to get to level 20.1. You're welcome.
I did too. I barely pushed over level 20 and I was like, I'm out. I'm going back to bed. Cannot do this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for helping me achieve my puppy dreams.
It's important.
Like, only it's like fucking cosmetic. Like, there's no benefit to it.
It's important.
It isn't to me. All I wanted to accomplish. I just want the puppy. So, Diablo this weekend at some point, but Sims, because I neglected Katie last weekend. So I'm pretty sure she's mad if we don't. But she's going to the movies to see Scream 6 this week. That should be a good time for her.
And you can play Diablo.
Yeah. That's the plan. She was like, do you want to go with me? I'm like, no, I don't. That sounds like a job for your dad.
Oh,
I'm
he'll
good.
like it.
Yeah. I think so too. Like, I'll give you guys something to do. And I'll stay at home. Play video games.
Like a real parent.
Yeah. But I think we'll go right out to another Kiwi. She's not usually online when I'm online. So, playing Gray. Kitties. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. We're almost halfway there.